Hello guys, greetings and welcome to your journey into learning Python programming. Our today's topic is loop. What is a loop? Loop, that means if we want to do something multiple times. Okay, some task is that we have to perform repeatedly. At that time we are using a loop. In our previous session, we already discussed this print statement, press run execute, and we see the output. If I want to print Python 3 times, then I use this statement string multiply by number. If I want to print 12 times, I use 12. It is one smallest example of loop, but it's actually not a loop. It's just the repeating the string. Okay, now let's start. What is the loop and what is the syntax? First, we start learning with the for loop. For is a keyword. I is my variable name. In is again a keyword. Range is a keyword. And here I explain which number loop I want. That means what I want. I want to run my loop 1 to 10. I want to run my loop 100 to 200. So this basically a starting loop. And this is basically end loop. Okay, we can look at here the output. The output is 1 to 9. What is meaning? The loop start with the 1 and end at the 10. But the last number is not included. We can say like that, start with the 1 and end with -1. If I want to print 10, I have to write 11. So that means now the output is 1 to 10. So be carefully. This is the starting number. It is the ending number. It is a syntax for I. We can use any value here, any variable name. I am writing well. It's my variable name. Okay. So now this is very simple and basic statement. Okay. For variable name in range, starting value and ending value. Okay. Let's do one more example. Here I say for I in range 5. Look at the output. I am not specifying starting value. Then default it starts with the 0. So now if I say for I in range 5, the output is 0 to 4. If I say for range start it to 10, the output is 0 to 9. Why? Because I am giving only one argument. When you give the one argument, default it starts with the 0. If I want to start with the 5 and 10, look at the output. My loop start with the 5 and with the 10. And it's auto increment by 1. What meaning of auto increment? 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Let me give you the example 1 to 10, comma 2. What happened here? 1, then increment by 2. That means 1, then 2 add. 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. So this is the meaning. It's increment by adding 2 to 2 value. If I skip this 2, what happened? It's increment by 1. 1, 2, 3. If I'm add here 100 and I say 5 increment, that means 1, then it's add 5, then it's add again 5, then it's add again 5 up to the 100. So basic for loop statement is for I, you can use here any variable name in range, starting number, your ending number, and increment. If you skip everything, okay, if you skip everything, that means what? If I write here only 10, then what is the meaning? It's by default start with the 0 and by default it's increment by 1. It start with 0 and by default it's increment by 1, 1, 1 value. Okay, let's add more examples. NO is equal to 10. So now my number is 10. And I say for I in range 1 into 1 comma NO. That means again the same. My loop start with the 1 and end with the end. Okay. Now let's change the number for it start with the 1 and end with the 5. Okay. It start with the 1 and end with the 5. Now one more example. S is equal to 10. E is equal to 20. What happened? I say my loop start with the S and end with the E. My S value is 10. E is equal to 20. So it is say my starting and ending value. I just give in short S for start, E for ending. For I in range S comma E and I print my I value. Okay, let me change 100 to 120. It start with 100. It's end with 120. It's end with 120. sorry, here. End with 190. Again, why I'm already telling you, ending value always minus 1. If I'm to print 120, we have to add a trick, E plus 1. Now the output is up to 120. Okay, and if I want increment by 5, let's increment by 5. Is it clear? Good. Here I am sharing one more examples again. 1, 10, 2. The output is 1, 3. We can see here it's all is a even number. What if I want to print, is there an only this all is odd number? If I want to print only the even number, multiple way we can do this. I'm showing you the one small trick. It's not a trick, but it's a logic. Okay, I say start with the 2, end with the 10, and increment by 2. So now you can see here there is every number is even. What happened before? When it starts with the 1, every number is odd. So it's again a very small programs. Okay, if you say I want to range, my range is 1 to 100 and I want to print only the even numbers, then what we say, start with the even number and value and say increment. Okay. Fine. The next example, I again say start with the 1, end with the 100 and increment by 10, 10, 10. So we can see the output. Okay. Now it is clear. Now I want to show you one more thing. If I want to do in the reverse, that means I don't want 1 to 10. I want 10 to 1. Okay, I want 10 to 1. The syntax remains same. For I in range always is a starting value. So I want to start with the 10. Now I want to finish with the 1. The syntax is still same. But now I say minus 1. Why? Because 1 it starts with the 10. Next value I want 9. So for 9 I have to do minus 1. So I say 10 minus 1. So it's a 9. 10 minus 1. Again it's 8. 10 minus 7 minus 1. Sorry. It's a 6. So remaining like that, this loop execute. The syntax never change. First is the starting value. Second is ending value. And third is increment and decrement. Okay. Let's modify this 50. I want to stop at 30. And this time minus 5. Okay. Start with the 50 and at the 30 and it's a minus 5. Okay, it's basic simple. Now, here you can see I'm adding one more clause else. Before that, let's see this. What is the output of this program? It's simple. I say in range 10. So that means default it start with the 0 and stop at the 9. So that's why I print here I value. It start with the 0 and end at the 9. So I say print I. So my I is 0 to 9 and one simple message in the loop, in the loop, in the loop. So this only this two statement output is this. 0 in the loop, 1 in the loop, up to the 9 in the loop. Okay, we already discussed it. Now what happened? What is this else? Okay, we know that in our previous session we learned if and else. If the statement is true, go inside the if. If the statement is false, it's go inside the else. Here what happened? Here is concept little bit change. It first execute the loop. Once this loop executed, in the last, before we exit from the loop, it's go in else part, perform the statement and then come out of the loop. Okay, so you can see here, first is perform the loop, then go inside and say exit loop. Okay, then it's exit the loop and then it's come out of the loop. Okay, then it's come out of the loop. Let's learn this with the new example. For I in range 10, I comma Python. What happened? It's print 1 I Python 0 Python. Let me add 1 here. Little bit modify 1 comma. Nothing difference. It start with the 1 Python 2 Python up to the 9. Up to the 9. Then what happened? It's print end loop. Okay, before exit from the loop, it's always execute else part. Then it's come out of the loop. Be careful about the index. Okay, out of the loop. Okay, out of the loop. Fine. Now, let's do this here. For I in range 1 into 10. Okay, the loop remains same. It's execute 1 to 10 times. Start with the 1, stop with the 9. And here I use one expression, I power. That means square. Okay, my value is 1. I want to 1 raised to 2. My value is 2. It's a 2 square. 3, that means 3 square. And double multiply sign, we already discussed it. It's for the root. It's for the, I say 3 raised to 2. So I is 3 power 2. It's a cube. If I say 3, it's execute the cube value. Okay. So we can add n number of expression as usual we learn in the print function lectures. Okay. Now one more example. It's a now in above examples we execute all these numbers. Okay. We use the variation operation with the range. Okay, I want to start with this number. I want to stop at this number. Okay, so we learn for loop with the range. Okay, with the range close. Now, what if I want to execute the loop with the string? With the string. So for I in Python is a my string. So you can look at here. It's automatically start with the first character and stop at the last character. Start with the first character and stop at the last character. And see output is Python. P, Y. Okay, the loop start with the P. So that means my I value is first P. Then next time loop execute, my I value is Y. So according to that, it's Python is fun. See? Okay, it is easy to work with the string. Now, one more example. For I, again output is same, but after executing this loop, before exit, it's print end loop. Okay, perform the loop, before exit from the loop, it's perform else part, end loop. Now I'm just introducing what is how for loop work, but we understand for loop with better advanced examples in our upcoming session. But before, if you want to go with the advanced like a list and tuple, how to retrieve, your if and else, both concepts must be clear. So do the practice multiple times and clear all your doubts. Now, again, square bracket, multiple value, it's list, right? Okay, whenever you see square bracket and multiple value, the first things keep on your mind, it is a list. Okay, it is a good practice. Now, if I want to retrieve the list, same things, I just explain, this is my list, I and print I, so it's retrieve one by one value. Okay, it's retrieve one by one value. I can do like here, L is equal to, okay, I store my value in the list and I'm using here a variable name. The output remains same. Start with the first value and with the last value. Here, round bracket, multiple value, tuple. Round bracket, multiple value, tuple. Same. Okay, start with the first value and with the last value. We can use the same example here. If I store my tuple in a different list, in a variable. Okay, if I store my variable and I use here my variable name. Okay, it's simple. Okay, this is just the introduction of how to work with the loop in the string, how to use list in the loop, how to use tuple in the loop. Okay, we have a first separate chapter for list and tuple. Now, next is I'm asking user. Okay, it's a very interesting program. You can see it's only one line print statement, but output is very exciting. Let me run first. We asking user the number, and whatever the number user type, we print the entire table. Okay, we print entire table. Why I'm doing replace 10 to 11? Because I want this last line. Okay, because I want this last line. Okay, now to be ask user using the input command enter number, convert it into the integer and then store in my variable name. I know what happened. First, I want number. So my loop remains same. Start with the 1 and at the 10. Okay, this middle line is my loop. This middle line is my loop. What is this? I print I here. Okay, so we say like that. Okay, if I write simply, okay, if I write simply like this, for sorry 1 comma 11, and I say print I. What happened? It's printing 1 to 10. Now I want to print a number. My number is 5. I want to print number 5 table. What I have to add here? My loop remains same. No, nothing to change here. But I say NO. I want to print first NO, then multiplication sign, comma, then I. Okay. NO. So my NO is 5. Then multiplication sign. Then what I want to print? I. Comma. Then I want equal to sign. And then 2 into 10. That means my NO into 5. Okay. Now run. See, look at the output. My NO is 5. It's print 5. My multiplication sign and 1 to 10. It's changed automatically. Why? Because I'm using here I. NO remains same because NO is 5. I is changed all the times. First is 1. So what is the output? 5 into 1. What the output? 2 into 10. What is the output next time? 3 into 50. Okay. So it's changing all the times. It's changing all the times. Okay. And we get the output. Okay. We get the output. Now, so it is a good things for this for loop for good practice. Okay. I shared this file with you to practice. See you in the next video. Thank you.